there, AI summer cohort. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you giving us a little bit of grace in terms of when this announcement was posted. We were traveling out west for work, and we're just not next to the technologies we normally use when we make this particular update. So, anywho, welcome to our AI Yai update, which would normally come out on a Monday or Tuesday, here on a Thursday. That being said, I hope you're doing well. I want to talk a little bit about where we've been. Obviously, you've worked your way through that start here. You've used the introduction and have introduced yourself and talked a little bit about some of the AI business. And you've tried out maybe some tools around that and see where there might be some applications that work for you in terms of those nice little introductory videos that we posted. We even have gotten some from you that used one in your own post that we're actually going to add to our program now. So we appreciate that as well. That being said, again, we're really happy to have you on board. And I have to say, we've gotten some really, really good first journal reflections from Module 1. And, we asked you in that particular journal to think about things as it relates to generative AI in education, and in this case, you shared your initial thoughts, both positive and negative, and that's wonderful. I think in order for us to have an effective discussion around generative AI, we need to have a safe space to really air our concerns. And I think anytime we can talk about it is a good time, because if we're not speaking into how AI should work and shouldn't work, then we're just letting it do what it wants, or we're responding late rather than being proactive. So I truly appreciate everyone's feedback here in this journal and throughout the course. So here we actually talked about what kind of questions do you have, and then also what are the areas of interest. And in our responses, we put them in the feedback, but we also put them in comments to your journal entry. So make sure to go back and look there and check out those. But we had some great stuff, right? We had people thinking about, how can AI help better prepare pre-service teachers was a question that I saw this week. And I thought, wow, imagine that, being able to help equip them by providing them with maybe some self-learning opportunities, or helping them build out things that, might be more administratively heavy for them early on, that might help them get a leg up. And ultimately, as teachers then, how can I use AI to help me administratively or on the side so that I can focus in on those interactions that matter with my students? And so, there's questions like that, and there are others that we saw this week that were just wonderful. So again, I want to thank you for taking the time to do that. Coming up next is what's due this coming Sunday, mind you. So after the first one, we have what I think is a really cool activity, and that is our case study analysis. And so I would invite you to really take some time to look here. And here are just 3 examples of case studies that we found around the use of generative AI. And so what we'd like you to do is to take a look at these, right? To take a look at these particular case studies. We want you obviously to, look at those takeaways and implications that come from these, but we want you to come in and look at these and provide your post. We'd like you to get back in and check out these wonderful things here and share those takeaways and those implications. We want you to draw into your learning objectives here and think about, as we're thinking about those benefits and challenges and generative AI technologies in general, put it all together. So take your time, submit this, analyze these case studies, take a look at them, and provide us with your thoughts on these matters. We really, again, I encourage you just to come at it from your own perspective, and don't try to be too positive or too negative or whatnot, because there's space for all here. There are valid arguments around why you shouldn't be using it in certain courses, or why you should be using it others. So I want to give everybody the space to speak their truth, so to speak. So that being said, I want to cover that's what's coming up next in terms of due dates, right? It's this coming Sunday is this one right here, the case study assignment. So make sure to read through the unit completely, the second part of Module 1. So that's going to be Lesson 3, lesson 4, If you haven't gotten to 3, you can do 3, but 4. The benefits and challenges are really where you start to think about these case studies in light of that. So lesson 4 will be big there. But get that submitted by this Sunday. Now I want to talk to you about a tool that I think can be powerful from an administrative standpoint for you in helping you get your courses set up. So when I think about the AI Design Assistant in Blackboard, one of my favorite tools is how it can automatically do some content suggestions for me. It doesn't build out the entire course, but it does create some boxes from which I can start to really think about how I want my course put together. So what I'm going to show you here is how you can auto-generate modules in a course. And it can already be in a course that you already have stuff in it, and that's okay. But so what I want you to look at is, here's a course on the craft brewing industry, right? And so what if I wanted to think about ways to teach, to talk about it, and across a certain number of modules? Well, the good news here is that I can do it myself, but I can also get a leg up by having the AI Design Assistant help me think about how that happens. I can't influence exactly how the AI Design Assistant comes about that, and we'll talk about that. But here I am in the course. I can choose auto-generate modules. Now, if I just were to stop there and do nothing else, not come in, add in my own course description that I have already, any objectives that I might want to layer in, it's automatically going to pull modules from the title, which I think is amazing. Modules, but also module images. So it's going to actually create these module images and these modules and place them in my course for me. So here I have one, the Introduction to Craft Brewing, Beer Ingredients and Brewing Process, Beer Styles, and Tasting Techniques. Now, I can come down and make some changes, right? For example, I can pull I can contextualize things from my course. So by choosing select course items, if I have a syllabus file uploaded, I can come in and add that in there, and it can pull some of the stuff from my syllabus to create this. Now, I would tell you your syllabus is going to have a lot of things in it, so it might not be the best thing, but if you have like maybe a description document, short of the normal small description that shows up in the catalog, that might be something you can use contextually to create these modules. Again, I can choose to have titles, a title prefix, like I can do module 1, chapter 1, week 1, unit 1, topic 1, right? And then the title that it gave me. Including images comes by default. I could choose not to. But then I can choose, maybe I want to have a couple more. Maybe this is a 10-week course, right? What if I were to type in a description and then hit generate? And now it's going to pull and recreate those modules based upon 10 of those suckers. So again, this is just a quick and easy tool to help me think about how I would have my course set up. Now, the benefit here is that once it gives me these things, I can choose to use or not use any of them. I am ultimately in control of this situation. So I can choose to use them, and then I can edit them once they're done, right? I can come in, edit each of these modules, each of these module images, change them to be what I want them to be. So you're going to see here beer styles and tasting. You'll see Introduction to Craft Brewing, beer ingredients, marketing and branding, brewery operations, packaging and labeling, craft beer sales and distribution. Look at all this stuff, right? These are things that, I could have come up with my own, but it gives me an idea, a starting point, a place for me to think about as I build out my course. So it does not yet have the ability to select all. And they do that on purpose right now because as everybody gets used to the technology, we want you to take a critical look at these. However, I am going to select them all for now to show you that I can edit them once I get them in my course, right? So I've selected all 10, and I'm going to choose, oh, by the way, you can change the complexity of the modules. How complex do you want them to be, right? Right here. So I'm going to hit add 10 to course. By the way, this box can hold up to 40,000 characters, so don't think that you need to worry about limiting the text you type in to help you conceptualize these modules. So I'm going to choose add 10 to course. And it's going to go, okay, Jacob, boom, they're there. They're all hidden right now, and that's okay. But it allows me, the instructor, to come in now and make changes. So I can actually go in and change this just by clicking my 3 dots next to the learning module and hitting edit. It will then pull up the page where I can come in and adjust the text here and change the graphics should I want to, if I don't like that one. So again, just a quick and easy tool, or a quick tool for you to help you think about building out your course modules. Again, you don't have to use it. Maybe you just want to add one module to help you, and you're looking for a specific thing. It's just a tool that I think is assistive. It's a helper, not a replacer. It does not build out the content in the modules. It just gives you a starting point, and that's really what I like about it. So I hope you like the tool tip for this. In the next coming weeks, we're going to cover more of the AI design assistant tools and cover each of them and how they work. But I wanted to give you this look at this here. I hope you're well. I hope you have a great and relaxing weekend, and I look forward to seeing you online. And should you have any questions, don't forget to reach out. Thanks a lot.